Guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. So guys, you know what? There's so many fanboys in boxing, and it really frustrates me and really makes me angry. That fanboys feel that you're biased just like they are. You're not objective just like they are. And they try to put their traits onto you. And I've seen it on YouTube for so many years. I've been on YouTube for almost 3 years now. And I've seen the fanboys in boxing. I've seen how people, when you're giving your opinion, an educated, non-biased opinion, they try to make out that you're biased and you hate a guy because it doesn't resonate with their fanboying opinions. Now, I've said all along that I feel Canelo Alvarez will beat Billy Joe Saunders. Not because I hate Billy Joe Saunders, not because I have something against Billy Joe Saunders, not because I don't think Billy Joe Saunders isn't a good fighter, not because I have something against him, no. Because I think Canelo Alvarez has got the better skills, because Canelo Alvarez for me is more versatile, because Canelo Alvarez has got the better resume, because Canelo Alvarez is the more proven fighter. He's the more accomplished fighter. He's the guy that's achieved more. He's the guy that's beaten better fighters. Not because I have something against. When you add all of those things together and then you look at those fighters stylistically, you know, most people, 95% of people are picking Canelo Alvarez. That's not because they hate on Billy Joe Saunders, because they all know how good Canelo Alvarez is. But the problem is, a lot of you fanboys out there that are picking Billy Joe Saunders, you're the ones that are pushing an agenda. You're the ones that are pushing an agenda and trying to make out that you know, Billy Joe's going to school Canelo and Canelo's not going to land a glove on him. And who's more ridiculous, me or you? Billy Joe Saunders is a good fighter. Yes, he's got skills. He's got movement. He can move. He's slick. Yes. But I don't think he beats Canelo Alvarez. And 95% of boxing fans don't think he beats Canelo Alvarez. But the ones of you that are giving me stick in the comment section, you're the ones that are fanboys. Not me. You are. Most people in boxing think that Billy Joe Saunders is going to get beat by Canelo. No one's hating on him. People are looking at Canelo Alvarez's skill set. They're looking how versatile he is, the guys that he's fought. And they don't think Billy Joe Saunders is going to be able to trouble him. They think he's got too much experience at world level. It's got nothing to do with hating on Billy Joe Saunders. Nobody hates on Billy Joe Saunders. I certainly don't hate on Billy Joe Saunders. And here's the difference, right, between me and you. I guarantee you, if Billy Joe Saunders loses against Canelo Alvarez, you guys won't turn up in the comment section. Because I've had this in the past. I guarantee you, Billy Joe Saunders beats Canelo Alvarez, I'll turn up and make a post-fight video congratulating Billy Joe Saunders. That's the difference between me and you. You know why? Because I'm objective. I don't have anything against any fighter. The difference is with you guys, you're fanboys. I had the same with Brooke Crawford. I was pointing out that Crawford's going to beat Brooke. Because I'm a Khan fan, everybody thought I was pushing the narrative against Brooke and I hated Brooke and I wanted Brooke to lose. Right? But then the same people that were giving me stick when Brooke got smashed in 4 rounds, right? Those people disappeared. And I guarantee you, you people will disappear as well when the Billy Joe Saunders fights happen with Canelo. If Billy Joe loses, you will disappear from the comment section. And you won't show yourself in the comment section because you're fanboys. There's a difference between a fanboy and guys that talk box, the guys that are objective. I never said Canelo Alvarez is unbeatable. Yeah, Canelo can be beat. He is beatable. That's why I want him to fight Beterbiev, because I think that would be a 50-50 fight and a dangerous fight. He's not unbeatable. He got beat by Mayweather, yes, but I don't think Billy Joe is Mayweather. I don't think he's in the same league or it should be even mentioned in the same breath as Mayweather. But I'm not hating on Saunders. I just don't think he beats. If he beats him, I'll have egg on my face. I'll make a video after the fight and say, listen, man, Billy Joe Saunders is great. Billy Joe Saunders has proved me and 95% of the boxing fans wrong. Right? Because 95% of boxing fans think that Billy Joe's going to get beat quite comfortably in this fight. Has nothing to do with hate, man. It has nothing to do. Stop trying to put your traits as fanboys onto somebody else. I'm a realist, right? If you're telling me, right, that someone's gonna walk, that guy can walk on water, right? I want to see it. I'm not gonna believe what you say, right? And 99% of people are gonna want to see it. The same way, 95% of people, right, think Canelo Alvarez is gonna beat Billy Joe Saunders. But that 5% that are actually the ones that are biased and the only reason that are picking Billy Joe Saunders, right, is because they're either from his background or they're just supporting him. They're fanboys of him. Right? Someone asked me, right? People call me a calm fanboy, right? Someone asked me, and I did a video about this. Someone asked me, Imran, who do you think wins, Miguel Cotto or Amir Khan? Right? And I picked Miguel Cotto, and I broke down the fight and why I think Miguel Cotto wins. Right? Because even though I support somebody, I keep it neutral. I keep it 100%. Unfortunately, a lot of you struggle to do that. And then you think you try to put your traits and what you are as an individual, you try to put that onto somebody else. And you can't see the fact that I'm being objective. That you can't see the fact that when I give my opinion, like my brother, for example, right? My brother thinks Billy Joe Saunders is going to win. He has no agenda though. He thinks that Billy Joe Saunders can pull this off. He likes Billy Joe Saunders. He's one of the few, one of the very few, one of the 5% that believe that. Right? And he's not from Billy Joe's background. He just genuinely believes, he just thinks that Billy Joe has what it takes. Right? But I'm not one of those. And like I said, most people are picking Canelo to win this fight. And I've explained to you many times why I think Canelo wins. Now, here's the thing. Billy Joe's trainers come out and said that he boxes Canelo's head off. Right? But yeah, I get called delusional for saying that I think Canelo will stop Billy Joe Saunders late. Yeah, but Billy Joe Saunders' trainer is saying that he feels that Billy Joe is going to box Canelo's head off. Some of you say that Canelo's not going to be able to land a glove on Billy Joe. Is that not delusional? Is that not silly talk? Yeah, for me saying and breaking down to you why I think Canelo Alvarez is going to beat Billy Joe Saunders and stop him late, that's delusion. That's because you guys, most people will have that prediction, by the way. But that's because most of you are fanboying and you struggle when someone is picking against your favorite fighter. You struggle to comprehend that, even though most people are picking Billy Joe to lose that fight. Right? If Billy Joe goes and puts a performance of a lifetime and proves us all wrong, we'll put our hands up. But no one's hating on him. Now, Billy Joe Saunders, his trainer's saying that he's going to box his head off. Right? Canelo Alvarez is such a great boxer. He's an elite boxer. He's a box puncher. Right? Canelo Alvarez has got such great head movement. Right? This is not fanboying. It's the truth. I've seen his fights. All of them. His head movement is unbelievable. He's defensively, in my opinion, even better than Saunders. Trust me. You'll see it on fight night when he makes Billy Joe Saunders miss. And you'll realize. You think that Billy Joe Saunders is great and his resume is great. And imagine Canelo fighting the guys that he's fought. You honestly think Billy Joe would have beaten the Golovkin? Yeah, he himself admitted when he fought Eubank that Golovkin would beat me and you on the same night. This is what Billy Joe said himself a prime Golovkin would do to him. Yeah, Billy Joe said that. And Canelo Alvarez, yeah, I thought he lost the first fight against Golovkin. But I don't even think Billy Joe goes 12 rounds with Golovkin. The second fight for me, Canelo won that fight. You know, Golovkin would be an even harder fight for Billy Joe because Golovkin cuts off the ring. Golovkin don't give you any space. He cuts off the ring. He suffocates you. And then he's got huge power. He's literally cuts off all your angles. He cuts off the ring. He's got a granite chin. You can't hurt him. So Billy Joe's going to have to look to outbox him all night, which is not easy. When you've got a bull like that coming at you, that's cutting off the ring, that's so educated with his feet. That's the thing with Golovkin. Golovkin, a lot of people think he's just a puncher. No, he's a very good boxer. Olympic medalist. Had so many amateur fights and won most of his amateur fights. A stellar amateur career, a stellar pro career. That in his prime would have been an even harder fight than the Canelo one because Canelo doesn't have as good feet. He's not as good a pressure fighter as Golovkin. And for me, that style would be horrendous for Billy Joe. But the problem is what you've got to learn is when I give my opinion, I'm breaking it down stylistically. I don't not necessarily mean I'm right. And not necessarily Billy Joe might beat Canelo. I'm not right. I'm just giving you my opinion. It's got no bias in that opinion. No hate towards Billy Joe. Or no favoritism towards Canelo. I'm not Mexican. I'm British. I hope Billy Joe can pull it off. But I'm not going to make myself look like a tool and just back him. He has a style that can cause Canelo Alvarez trouble. Yes, for me, for a couple of rounds. Until Canelo gets the hang of it and he starts wearing him down. Right? Callum Smith not giving him a chance. Many other British fighters are not giving him a chance. Right? Dave Colwell said, Billy Joe can't beat Canelo. Right? These are British people. What are Americans going to be saying? If these British people aren't giving Billy Joe a chance, right? British people, I'm talking British, own British people are picking against Billy Joe. What do you think, like, the foreign Americans and stuff like that are saying? You gotta be realistic. See, when people are giving their opinions, it's not necessarily everybody's fanboying just because you want me to say that Billy Joe's gonna win this fight. And even though I don't believe it, even though I don't agree with it, you want me to say something I don't agree with. That's not me coming on this channel and giving my honest opinion. That's me trying to please some of you, which that's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to please anyone. I'm here to give my opinion. If you don't like it, give your opinion why you think I'm wrong, right? But don't come and say, oh, you're hating on Billy Joe or no, but you're the fanboy. You're the fanboy, not me. Because you can't take it, the fact that someone's picking against your favorite fighter. You can't take it. And that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of fanboys in boxing. That you try to think that everyone thinks like you. They don't. I don't think like you. I look at things from a neutral standpoint, not the way you look at it. And the fact that you're trying to push a narrative because you want Billy to win. If he wins, I'll do a video, post-fight video, saying I was wrong and Billy Joe was mustard. Yeah, for sure, I will. Because that's what I do. That's what I've been running. I've been wrong many times. And I've made a video saying I'm wrong. But I guarantee you, Billy Joe loses. A lot of you that are commenting in the comment section, giving me stick and giving me grief, you'll disappear. I can guarantee you that. Because I saw it with the Brook Crawford fight. When I was saying Crawford this, everyone was saying, oh, you're only saying that because, Brook... because you want Brook to lose because of Khan. And then when Brook lost and got smashed up in 4 rounds, right, all of those guys disappeared. And I feel the same way about you guys until, I feel like if Billy loses, which he's expected to, right, you guys will disappear. So at the end of the day, right, I have nothing against Saunders. I hope he goes up and smashes Canelo. As a British fan, I hope he goes and beats Canelo. I just don't see it. I'm just giving you my opinion. Right? There's no hate there. There's no hate there. Right? To be honest, you're the one that's struggling to be neutral and be objective. You're the one that's struggling to do that. because you're struggling to see how great Canelo is. If that's you, you know, you can push whatever narrative you want and make yourself, because at the end of the day, after the fight, you're the one that's going to be hurt, not me. Because you're struggling to look at it, things from a realistic standpoint. You're looking at it from a fanboyish standpoint. And you're so much into Billy Joe. You're trying to push him so much that you're starting to lose what reality is. And reality is that Canelo Alvarez, to most of the majority of the boxing public, is a huge favorite in this fight. That doesn't mean he's gonna win, because there's been upsets before, but there's a reason why people are saying this would be the biggest British upset. This may be the biggest upset of all time if Billy can pull this off. There's a reason why people are saying that, because there's a gulf. A lot of people think there's a gulf in class. And just because of what a few Billy Joe Saunders fanboys think, right, I'm not gonna change my opinion. That's my opinion, is my opinion. And it's my opinion no matter what fight I talk about. It's got no hate towards Saunders. But when you talk about your favorite fighter, which obviously must be Saunders, you struggle to comprehend that, you know, someone is picking against your favorite fighter. So that's why you think you're trying to put your traits onto me. And that's not the case here. That's not the case here. Billy Joe Saunders is a good fighter, right? He's done well. But does he beat Canelo Alvarez? No, for me. And no for 95% of people as well that follow boxing. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion, for sure. But a lot of your opinions, you keep saying the same thing over and over again. Oh, well, Billy Joe's got great footwork. He moves around. He does this. Well, where was that footwork against Martin Murray? Oh, no. When he steps up against Canelo, he'll be at his A game. Oh, we'll see then. We'll see. Where was that footwork against Andy Lee, where the fight was a majority decision? And where was that footwork against Eubank, where the fight was a split decision? The only time we've seen it is against Lemieux, who was a very limited fighter. How good is... Compare Lemieux to Canelo. Like, what are the golfing difference? What, about 10 levels? 7 levels? 5 levels? What's the golfing class between Canelo and Lemieux? About 20 levels for me. There's not even close. Canelo would destroy Lemieux. He'd knock him out in 4 or 5 rounds. We saw what Golovkin did to Lemieux. Knocked him out in 7 rounds. Battered him. Bruised him up. Made him look like a novice. And then stopped him in seven rounds. Right? Didn't Golovkin knock out David Lemieux, who everyone hypes about what Billy did to him? Didn't Golovkin beat the crap out of David Lemieux, outboxed him and then knocked him out in 8 rounds? Or 7 rounds, whatever it was. But yeah, everyone keeps hyping about the fact that Billy was able to outbox him for 12 rounds. Golovkin did it before him and stopped him as well. Right? Lemieux was finished after what Golovkin had done to him. He literally ruined him, just like he ruined Kell Brook. Once Golovkin dealt with you, you're never the same. Golovkin had literally ruined David Lemieux. You know, that fight aged Lemieux probably about 15 years. What Golovkin did to Lemieux. So, to be honest, Canelo, a different beast. Canelo didn't get knocked out against Golovkin. Canelo went 12 rounds with him twice. But that's because when Golovkin fought Canelo, Golovkin met another beast. And that's what Billy Joe's going to be going up against, a beast in Canelo Alvarez. He's obviously going to be telling himself, you know, and I hope he can go out there and put up a great performance. I've always said the problem is this video for me was just some of you fanboys, because some of you fanboys just are really, really bad, and you try to put your traits on other people, which isn't true. But anyway, man, rant over anyway. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, and guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.